In just a few seconds, we will be well on our way to a brand new Explorations. I can't wait to hear from you and also share some stories from the past few days of my life. Today in particular was a very exciting day, and it made me reflect on what it means to be and what it means to also think. And all of that very soon on Explorations. I can't wait. Good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday night, one of my favorite nights of the week. What do you think about Tuesday night? Tuesdays can be such a kind of boring day, but also in that they are boring, they can also be such a gateway to the inner space that the boredom makes us fear. Tonight we're going to dive in Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. This is Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie, and it is wonderful to be with you. The past couple of days have personally been, for me, some of the most groundbreaking days of my life. An absolute paradigm shift in how I approach the world and reality, the self and the other. And it has been a roller coaster, and I can't wait to tell you about it. It's been a sort of perfect storm, as we discussed last time. That's a theme that sort of carried with me in my life. I carried with me into several aspects of how I roll. Anyway, it's great to see you all. I'm down to one screen, so I just kind of have to look over awkwardly. Good evening, Waxy. It's great to see you. Whiplash, Butternickels, Tanner, Leslie. It's one. Guys, the past couple days, I cannot wait to... First of all, I can't wait to... I need to tell you that I cannot wait to hear from each of you, as I'm sure each of you who experience a universe in and of yourselves, as you do every weekday, weekend, or a collection thereof, and the amount of experience that one can experience within the course of simple days and nights can be limitless, can't it? It can. And so to talk about tonight, well, that's just gonna have to stay where it is. All right, because I'm down on the Stream Deck. There's no Stream Deck. I haven't been able to troubleshoot that yet, so I can't hit the add button. But as we said, for the rest of the month, it will be women shoes. There's because this is International Women's Month. International Women's Month, and this is the month of the year, the 1 month of the year, not before, not after, where we put the spotlight on women, both in our lives and without our lives. Maybe they're alive, maybe they're gone, maybe they've passed away. But either way, they have built reality on their backs, and we owe them the world. So in honor of that, today's sponsor is Women Shoes. If you're looking for the sign, it does not have an apostrophe S or even an S. It's just Women Shoes. It is filled with women's shoes, and you go in there, and you'll certainly see the level of service absolutely off the charts. the selection absolutely off the charts, and to be there is to be among friends. You sort of feel it right away. I've been there every Monday for the past month, just to visit, just to talk to the owner, just to pick the mind of the local business owner, and see what makes them tick. You know, it's a paragon of success, and to see the level of commitment, the level of drive, the level of focus, the amount of sacrifice that the local business owner gives cannot be underestimated, can it? It is owned and operated on that administrative level by a man. So, but I did talk to him about how great women are and how much we owe women, and we join together in our desire to shine a light, center the voice of the women in our community. And I feel like we've done just that with our sponsor, Women's Shoes. Please check them out. Let's see here. No, they don't sell children's shoes, just women's shoes. Been a while since I had a solid pair of women's shoes. Well, Money Tits, I cannot recommend this place enough if you're looking for one. M15, good day. Yeah, funny, I don't see Procyon either. Well, hopefully that kind of takes care of itself. He did say he was the #1 Leslian, which is a hotly contested spot, and it's interesting to hear someone claim that top spot while not actually present in the chat. Anyway, so what's been going on with Leslie? So as you know, Explorations is a forum in which we sort of refract energy within the community to contact, to say hello, and hopefully we get that hello back at the very least. If not, open our third eye with a crowbar if we have to, and truly become that which we know we can become. We all have a power coursing through our veins that we are afraid of. We sense its presence, but ultimately we are terrified. The power of the source, the power of that of that which all things have come. This sort of you can call it epigenetic information. You can call it you can call it that. You can call it just good old-fashioned ancestral mojo. If you want, it doesn't matter. I don't care. You're in the right place if that is your goal, as it is, I am sure, because you would not have wound up here on accident. That's for sure. There's no accidents. And speaking of that, so I kind of need to bring you into where Leslie is. Leslie is in order for Leslie to act as a conduit, as I do for our sessions together, it's important for you to know exactly where I'm at, exactly where Leslie is coming from. Is Leslie feeling spicy? Is Leslie feeling a little bit cold? Is Leslie... did Leslie get lost in the Walgreens again? And I did. I did get lost in the Walgreens again. Massive Walgreens. I'm sure some of you know this about me, is if you've seen me in other streams discuss this. There's a Walgreens down the street from me that is utterly massive. They redid an old building. I think it's an old Mormon church. It is massive. Built it in the 70s. It was built from a grant that they received from the government. And their forecast at the time was to kind of level the town, as they said in their internal memos, level the town with recruits. Everybody would become a Latter-day Saint, or however they refer to themselves. And this did not work. And they very quickly had to abandon this building. But luckily enough, Walgreens stepped up to the plate, took over, and made themselves at home. And it is so big and such a weird vibe inside, and I get lost in it all the time. It's sort of stop paying attention. luckily, I had to poop about halfway through. I had to take a shit, but I was so constipated that it lasted a good 2 hours until I could find my way to the front of the building, find my way to the restroom, and use the toilet correctly. That was today. But then on my way home, this is gonna kind of bring us home, bring us into our theme for tonight. Now our theme does involve a loss. Doofus, it's great to see you. Now, our theme tonight does involve a loss. Our theme tonight involves an incident that happened to me earlier today. So I was on my way home, freshly evacuated bowels, walking down my street, and at the end of one of the streets within my little neighborhood, there is a river. It had rained earlier today, so it was rushing river. Normally it's a little more docile, but this was a dangerous river. But I love the violence of a natural formation like that, so I try to get as close as I can. And there were these two children that walked up to me. I'd never seen them before. Nearly identical children. Both had that very classic dumbass child look on their face, sort of looking for someone to reflect reality back to them. Essentially, because they're so dumb, they can't just carry themselves with themselves. They have to have someone tell them what's going on. That trees are trees, and that that sometimes you get hungry and you need to sleep and things like that. So you can imagine the look on their face, just a stupid, vacant, dumb ass look. And so the first child, kind of waddled up to me and he said, "Who am I?" And it caught me off guard. Who am I? How would I begin to answer that question? To tell this child, this budding flower, and as beautiful as children are, they're in equal parts so stupid, virtually brain damaged. And it looks up to me and it says, "Who am I?" Worrying question, for sure, because you shouldn't be asking strangers that. But anyway, I assured him. I said, you'll figure it out. But for now, you are a stupid child. Relax." And he smiled at me and he walked away. Then I assume his friend came up to me, tugged on my sleeve, and asked me a question, even more bone chilling. What am I? Now, to be asked who am I by a child that looks stupid and disoriented, strange child, is worrying. But to be asked what am I is a even more profoundly gestures to a more profound disorientation. So this child, either being very cognitively injured or bright beyond his years, asking questions that philosophers have been asking since the dawn of time. So I looked behind him and I said, "What's that?" He turned around and I kicked him into the river. And he drowned pretty quickly. I ran alongside the river to make sure, he did not survive. He flailed around a little bit, sure, but then as he made his way down the river, he stopped struggling and sort of floated gently, sweetly, serenely. And I breathed a sigh of relief. I did. I breathed a sigh of relief for having relieved this child of what was to come, which was not going to be good. I think we can all agree on that. So tonight's theme is let's see. You show up? No? You're showing up? Gosh dang. All right, it's not showing up. So tonight's theme is, who are you? What are you? What? Why isn't none of my things working? Okay, that's fine. Who are you? What are you? I want to dive in. It's much too dangerous for a child, and if a child were to ask me, I had a pang of almost regret, just very sudden doubt, as I walked home calmly, having taken a child's life, and I found that as each time I play this situation in my head, I reimagine, I revisualize a child coming up to me and asking me the same questions, and I would do it all again. Each time I went through, in my heart of hearts, I did the same exact thing. I kicked him in the river. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Give me 1 second. We're going to get the thing up. ZXC, good evening to you as well. Let's see here. Is it going to work? Try this. Let's try this. Is that going to work? Yes. What are you? There we go. Finally. We're good. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up our phone system and get us going tonight. But as we take this couple second breather, I'd like you to just kind of center your thoughts around that question. What am I? Feel the danger involved in that question. Feel the rush involved in that question. The violence in that question. And I can't wait to discuss it with you. Namaste. I'll see you in just a second. Well, caller, thank you for calling Explorations. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you?
You can call me King Mod.
Is this Carmichael?
This is.
Well,
but more importantly, King Mod, Carmichael.
Well, I'm afraid that the King Mod that was labeled King Mod before you made that claim, he has
passed away. You're correct.
No, has not. Well, is he in the chat right now? I don't even know.
Unfortunately, he has died.
Well, that's a shame.
Yes, I would like to say to all my fans out there that I am the King Mod.
Wow,
and
JJ,
that everything is fine.
See, so JJ turned down your challenge, but little does he know that there is quite a scuttlebutt on the rise within the chat, within the members of the chat. They're kind of declaring their loyalty between you and JJ, and it's getting worse for him by the stream.
Unfortunate for him.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate. I've been thinking a lot about what this text on the screen said. Just
what
then.
Did it say?
It said, "What are you?"
What are you? So Carmichael, tell me, what are you?
I am the King Mod. Right.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And I also thought, why am I the King Mod? And it's because It's because
Did Leslie?
I'm also a police officer, so that's what I do in real life. I moderate real life.
Oh.
I have a beautiful amount of experience in real life moderating, and then I bring that here.
So you've been a moderator before.
Well, yeah. Well, my extensive experience with the police force.
Yeah, how's that career going for you, by the way? You mentioned that a
It's been
couple weeks ago that you're getting
a
started.
beautiful 2 weeks.
Oh, so you're no longer employed with the police department.
No, I still am.
Oh, so it's just been that's wonderful to hear. Keep going. I just need to adjust something.
Oh, you're not adjusting your dingling, are you? That would be illegal.
No, 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 that's terrible.
Well, okay.
Well,
Right,
tell
so
me.
how I got to the stream today is I turned on my computer with the big power button. I shook my mouse, went ahead and found my mouse on the screen, typed in my username, which is big balls, typed in my password, which is little balls, went ahead to Internet Explorer, typed in google.com, then I went
Yeah,
to
of
the
course.
big rectangle, typed in google.com, and then I went and I typed in Leslie Tanner, and I found some rather confusing results when I typed that in. Some rather sexual things, if you will. I'm not sure exactly when you got into the gay porn, but I'm all for that. That's fine. I scrolled down, went to the
Well,
second
that's very
page to find your
open-minded of you.
Twitch channel. Yeah, your Twitch channel is now on the second page, Leslie. Hope that's okay.
Yeah,
If
that's
not, you
okay.
might
Sometimes
wanna
it's on the first
might wanna
page.
contact
Sometimes it's
them.
on the second page.
Yeah, there's a lot of men on the first page. A lot
What
of
are they?
man meat.
Yeah, so tell me, what's the difference between who you are and what you are? Tell me that. Tell me that right now.
That is that what you said? Tell me that, right? That.
No, tell me the difference between who you are and what you are.
Well, I am the King Mod, and I'm also
who
the
are
King
you?
Mod.
Interesting.
Who am I? I'm the King Mod, and I'm a beautiful police officer who is well respected within the community.
Have you had to shoot anyone recently?
Well, how recent is recent?
In the past couple days.
Couple days. I've been on
Yeah.
administrative leave for about a week and a half now, so no.
So you got about 3 days into being a police officer, and
Oh
what,
yeah, that's a funny story. Sorry, I just
what
giggled
happened?
about thinking about it.
What happened?
So there was a dog,
Sure.
and the dog was getting pretty wild. So I shot
Yep.
it.
You shot the dog. Sometimes you have to shoot dogs. And that's,
Yeah,
it's a terrible,
It was wagging
terrible
its
reality.
tail, very aggressive. Scared me a little bit.
How big was the dog?
One of those like big dogs.
So big.
It was one of those big dogs, but it was a baby dog. But it was, when those big dogs, when the dogs have like some kind of genetic issue, and they're small, they're like weirdly small.
Yeah.
I think they're called like peacup
Mhm.
puppies.
Yep.
So it was
Yep.
one of those, but it was a baby. But imagine
So
a
it
big
was-
dog, but then
So like a big
big-
pit bull or a big German shepherd, but
yeah, but like
so
this
miniature.
miniature version.
Like maybe the size of a. Would you say smaller than a little hedgehog or
Bag of
bigger than a
beans.
hedgehog?
Bag of beans. Like a bag of beans.
Bag of beans. So,
Yeah, a bag of beans. Well, like a bag of beans.
oh wow. Okay, so if you had to go back in time and change your
Two
sound. Is this
bullets.
the first? Was
Two
this
more
the first
bullets.
time you killed a dog?
I would have used 2 more bullets on that one. Because the one bullet, it took about a third of it was gone. If I used the 2 other bullets, then there would be no evidence, so I would have been fine.
Well, honestly, good luck with that. That sounds so harrowing. It sounds so scary to have such a. I mean, you know, sometimes
Such a
we
big-
get afraid
big
of
dog.
big. Yeah, we get afraid of big dogs, but really, those small dogs are the ones to
It
be
was
afraid
big.
of because
It was a big one.
you said small.
It was a big one, though. It could have been a big one. It could have easily, you know.
Okay,
You
interesting.
know what
So.
I mean.
I don't, but I trust you more importantly. I think it's more important that I know what you're talking about, that I
Well,
trust you implicitly.
I have a question for you.
Please.
When's the last time you drove to the store?
Drove to the store?
Drove to the store, yeah.
My goodness. I don't drive very often.
When's the last time you drove?
I mean, it's been a couple months. My car's still been stuck on that big pile of gravel at the end of my driveway.
See, that's what I was gonna wonder. Have you tried shoot it?
Have I tried to shoot it?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Is that something to think? To just shoot at it?
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't it put holes in the car, Carmichael?
Just to under. Just to shoot under.
Won't it put holes in it though? That's the question I have right
In the
now.
gravel?
No, in the car.
Are you shooting a car?
Are you saying to shoot the car or shoot the gravel?
Shoot the gravel.
Wow.
You
Okay.
live in Chicago, right?
Yes, around Chicago, around the
Okay.
Chicagoland.
There's lots of guns. You'll find some guys.
I have some friends in the area that have guns. I think my neighbor who owes me a favor has several guns.
Is it gang affiliated?
I don't know.
Huh.
He's nice. He taught me how to make what's it called, ceviche, and I'll always thank him for that. And then I showed
Ceviche.
him. I showed
don't know
him
what
how to.
CVK is.
Don't worry
Is that
about it.
some
It's
kind
a
of dancing, some kind of Latin dancing.
no. It's like a it's where you cook some sort of seafood in citric acid, like lemon juice or lime juice.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah, the
he
second
showed
day
me
we
how
met
to.
a guy like that when we were out on the
He-
force.
He showed me how to make the ceviche, and I showed him how to make pierogies. And he liked the pierogies more than I liked ceviche. So technically, he owes me a favor, and maybe I could just borrow one of his guns.
The choge. But anyway, the second day there was this guy with a big tub of acid. It was big and stinky. And we had to have some guys come out and do a swab on it.
Well, interesting.
But I'm not sure if anything happened with it.
Well, I'll ask him about it for you. Okay, I'll ask him next time I see him just to see what's going on with that big, smelly, stinky tub full of acid.
Oh, you know the guy?
You said, yeah, we're talking about the same guy. I thought.
No. I don't know you.
Anyway, you have a good night. This has been a really fun conversation, Carmichael. Thank you for calling. Namaste to you, and this, please, you know, I want you to just enjoy your time off.
Yeah, I'm still under that cold, so.
Oh no, that's
Got
terrible.
me.
That's terrible to hear. Okay, well, you have a good night, Carmichael. Okay, thank you so much for calling. Namaste to you.
Okay, Kingbot
All right.
out, bitches.
Oh, he's the B word. This is the first time I've heard him cuss. That's the first time I've heard him swear. What kind of C word BS is this? LOL, JJ ratio. Oh. Carmichael is a total sub bottom. It seems like Carmichael's burning some bridges. Carmichael is certainly burning some bridges too. Oh, that's another call. So exciting. Give me 1 second. Caller, thank you for calling Explorations. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you?
It's King Mod. It's Jeff, the real King Mod.
Okay, it's Jeff. Jeff.
Not dead, by the way.
yeah.
I don't know why.
The current reigning King Mod.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, there's been some scuttlebutt, as I described it, in the chat recently. You know, you are the current reigning King Mod, and from the looks of it, you will continue to be. But as you deny his challenges, there is a certain amount of fervor in the chat. People are picking sides. How does that feel?
You know, it really gets me stressed out, Leslie. You know.
Really?
As King Mod, I just want to see everybody succeed. I want to see us as a community grow. That is why today, Leslie.
It is what?
It is why today I am coming down as head mod. I'm still going to be a moderator. However, I feel as though maybe there shouldn't be just one man in power. You know, maybe this power just went to my head. And
Jeff, hold on. This is an absolute bombshell right now. We have the king moderator of this community is, as of seconds ago, claiming to be so stressed out that he needs to step down as the king mod. So you're leaving a vacancy. Someone will claim that role if you're stepping down, Jeff.
Well, me stepping down, however, I mean that's the thing that is we have to cancel that role, right? So there is no king mod anymore. It just doesn't exist.
I mean, if he just keeps saying
we're unionizing is actually the goal here.
I don't know about all this because I mean, if just someone says that they're the king mod, eventually, if they get enough support, they'll have to be dealt with.
I mean, that's not for me to decide. I mean, I don't.
Jeff, wow.
I mean, listen.
Okay.
If there's other people that really want the king mod, and you know what? I'm just looking to.
What are you looking to do?
You know, it's a lot. Okay, this is a lot. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never heard this tone from you before, Jeff.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't want any upheaval. You know, I come here, I point my AK, I do my thing. You know, but you know, when push comes to shove, I'm out. You know.
Well,
you know.
Well, then, we dedicate this stream to the reign of JJ Plays. This stream is dedicated to the over 2-month run of JJ Plays as the king moderator. He will forever remain a moderator, foundational element.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No.
But
yeah, always up there. Always still here.
Well, Are you hydrated, JJ? Are you staying hydrated over there?
Um, yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
hear it in your voice. I hear how genuine you're being right now, and I
Yeah, you
honor
know what?
that.
Yeah, well, you know what? I believe in democracy, right? The people don't like who's in power. All of a sudden, you point a couple AKs at somebody. I'm just. You know what? You know what? No, let this be a lesson. You know what? I'm gonna sit down these King Mod. We'll see how everything goes. You want to say stuff that's TOS? I mean, you're still getting banned. I don't know. Still a mod. still don't fuck with me, buddy. But
Right, of course. You'll
Yeah.
still be ruling and have a laser bead trained on each member of the community. I
Yeah.
hope.
You know what? Hey, you know what, Carmichael, King Mai, whoever wants to, it's a big position. It's a big position. I think I did a decent job. I think people will look back and they'll go, "Oh, JJ did a good job," and they'll say
All right.
that. They'll say, "Ooh, JJ was a great man."
I think they will. Well, this stream is dedicated to your memory reign as King Mod. As the end of the stream tonight, there will be a vacancy for the King Mod. Very interesting to see how that develops. Already, there's been one consistent challenger looking to fill your role, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see. That honestly, the
I just sniped.
40
By the way, just get fucking sniped. I wrote that when
was he acting up? Was he speaking out of turn?
Yeah, he was acting up. He was acting up.
Wow. Okay, well, JJ, all the heavy, business aside, how's it been going? How's life?
Life's been really fucking good. It's not bad. I mean, I'm just kind of getting by, right? So the roller coaster, yeah, I'm kind of in a down spot. So, not in a down spot. I'm just coasting. But I'm okay. I realize still, I'm okay with being okay.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's one. I mean, that is so much better than doing bad. Certainly, we've certainly talked to you in worse positions than that.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And the only reason why it's just a little sad because Tori she had to go back to school, and I'm not with, so I'm not gonna see her till the weekend. But that's okay, That's just
Right.
helps me work on my dependency issues, I guess.
Yeah, I hear that. Well,
yeah,
was
work
that
a little bit? I'm doing okay. I'm
You what?
doing all right.
Well, did you find that as King Moderator, it sort of negatively impacted the part of you that is dependent and needs others? Did you need to be needed in that role?
I think I don't really think so. I mean, I just wanted to help. I want to keep the people in line. You can't just don't be a dickhead. Don't be unsavory. Also,
okay.
kind of I don't know. Also, no bit. Anytime I time out somebody, I'm usually a good guy, and unless you're not actually a spam bot, I'll untime you out within 10 seconds because I'm not I don't care. We can
Right.
feed into the bits. Speaking of which,
Okay. Yeah, we see him
I'm
back.
not,
He's
I'm,
back.
not, I'm not that bad of a guy. You know what I mean? Come on,
Right.
guys.
You're
What
fair,
are we doing?
and that was your strength as a sort of king moderator. Is that you were so fair and even-handed. You were never lustful or wrathful
Yeah.
with your punishments.
Yeah, you think you saw tyranny. I'm stepping down. You know what? Whatever. You know what?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Take it. Take it as it is, boys.
Well, I think that's interesting. I think, Jeff, I'm excited to see how this turns out. Again, like I said, tonight's stream is going to be dedicated to you. We're going to be talking about your reign. We're going to be talking about the impact that you've had.
This one's real, by the way. This one's going to be real. This one,
What's
that's
gonna
a
be
real one. that was a real one.
What's a real one?
With Ian in the chat.
Oh, this is a real timeout. Did he just do something?
Yeah. Can't
did he
silence
say?
the truth. He said, stepping down from King Mod just to mute me. Did he not just hear the words I just said?
Wow.
I give it and I take it away because, come on, how are you? I'm saying, hey, I'm not actually doing this, and then you know, what is this? What is this game?
Well,
Who has
well,
the
Jeff,
AK? At the end of the day, who
I
has
know.
the AK? You know?
You do.
Do I want to pull the trigger? Leslie, look at me. Look at me in my eyes. Do I want to pull the trigger?
No.
No, exactly. The last case scenario.
This
I'm a
community is
reasonable
about to. I feel in your absence, this community is about to see a very dark period. But Jeff, before you go, I want to ask you, what are you going to do in your downtime after stepping down from sort of head king moderator?
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna, I might go to Bermuda, go a little bit off, maybe go to Costa Rica.
Okay, get off the grid a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I might just chill out, you know, might dip the toes in the water per se, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a big role as King Mod, so you know, and obviously being on the Leslie Tanner payroll, you know, we've got a good pension, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fine, you know. Either way,
You're gonna
I
be
mean,
fine.
you know,
You're gonna
we
get
know,
taken care of.
we know, you know, it's.
Yeah.
We're gonna,
Well, the
with all
explorations
these brand
LLC
deals
will
coming
be
in,
taken care of.
Leslie, I don't know. I mean, you see the women's shoes ad? The women's shoes.
I wish I could pull it up
Look at
right
that.
now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited for you to rediscover yourself, really get to know Jeff, read some books, masturbate, spend some time with yourself. Bless you, Jeff, and thank you for everything you've given to the community. And please don't, please call in though. Please keep calling in because we need to know. We need to know how how the relationship Jeff has with Jeff is developing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I'll still be calling in. I'll still be here. Still be watching, participating. Nothing's changed. But yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
let's see.
Well,
Let's see. I mean,
perfect.
there's a poll going up right now where Carmichael is very heavily taking the lead as King Mod. So, Carmichael, genuinely, cheers to you. All hail new King Mod. Yeah, we'll
Well,
see how this goes.
Carmichael. All right. Well, welcome aboard, Carmichael. You have some big shoes to fill. Jeff, please take it easy tonight. Spend some time with yourself. Get to know yourself after working your little head off. Okay.
Oh yeah, not a problem.
I'm serious. I want to hear how it goes later. All right.
All right.
Hold on. My computer's freaking out.
Are you going to be in Discord? Are you going to be in Discord later, or no?
Yeah, I'll be in Discord for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll see you in Discord afterward.
I'll see you. I love you.
All right. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Give me 1 second. My computer is taking a dump. Sorry, guys. I apologize. My computer's freezing up. I apologize, everybody. All right, let's see. Let's see. Apologize for the. We're getting better. All right, we're doing a little bit better. Well, welcome back to Explorations. My name is Leslie, and this is Explorations with Leslie Tanner. I just want to send a quick thank you to I see Mary in the chat. I also saw Frankenzilla, and that's who I think it is. It's an old friend, and I just want to say namaste to you. Namaste to you, Frankenzilla, and welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. This is a space where each of us come together as individuals to form something greater than just ourselves and plunge ourselves forth into the universe, both within and without, to discover that which lies to be discovered. There is a destiny to be discovered. There is a future to be discovered. As the past comes into focus, the future will in turn sort of refine itself, such that we become one with this flow. That in the present moment it takes on such great importance, but also we can shed the present moment entirely, as we are simply vessels of the universe experiencing, enduring itself. And if you'd like to, tonight we're discussing, who are you? What are you? What does that mean? What does it mean to be a who and a what? A person and an object. And that's our next call. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. All right. Hello, caller. Thank you for calling Explorations. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you?
You can call me Jer Bear.
Jer Bear, it's great to hear from you. How are you doing tonight?
Well, you know, it's going basically.
What did you say? I did not understand that.
I said it's going to amazing.
One more time. Still didn't get that.
It's going amazing.
Amazing?
It's going amazing.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. Jer Bear, tonight we're talking about who are you and what are you? What's the difference? So, first of all, Jer Bear, answer this question for me. Who are you?
Jer Bear.
Okay, interesting. Now, answer me this question. What are you?
Not a bear.
What are you?
Not a bear, but just the Jer.
What
Not a
well,
man.
what are what not what are not what aren't you? What are you? What's a thing you are?
Jer.
What is Jer?
The first part of Jer Bear.
What is the essence of Jer?
What do you say? What? There's no S in Jer. There ain't no S.
What
Where are you
what
getting
is
an
the
S
nat-
from? Jer.
What is the-
There ain't no S in there.
What is the natural building blocks of Jer?
Well, natural building. You mean like Lincoln logs? You ever seen Lincoln logs?
In a way, that's
I
what
do
you,
like
that
to
is what
stack
I-
them up.
So
Yeah, I
imagine
used to-
that in Jerbear, there are fundamental parts
Oh
of
yeah, I used to put them up my butt. I'll be honest about that one. It was kind of
So
sharp.
you used to put little Lincoln logs up
No, they're
your
big
ass
ones.
as a child. As a child?
About till 25.
And what age did you start putting Lincoln logs into your ass?
I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Why can't you tell me that?
It's my first memory. I might have been no time before that. It could be before. You had a nice Lincoln log on your ass?
What?
You ever had a nice Lincoln log up your ass? Well, it's like,
I've never had a Lincoln log in my ass. No.
you really try it. You gonna try it?
No, I'm not gonna cry. I don't.
I said try it out.
Oh, so tell me, do you get
I can't
completely
believe
naked?
you thought I was gonna say you gonna cry.
So when you put a Lincoln log into your ass, do you get completely naked, or do you leave some clothes on?
Fully clothed.
Fully clothed.
Yeah.
And do you sit, stand, walk, or run once it's in your ass?
Oh, it don't go all the way in there. That's too long. Only a little bit.
Oh, so
You
you just
can't
do
go
it a little
sit-
bit and then pull it out.
Yeah.
Poondanky, welcome.
Who?
Welcome to the
Who
fold.
do you? What you telling me? You call me a
We have a new
poodle?
follower. Their name is Poondanky.
There's a man following you named Pindanky.
Yeah, we have there's a follower for explorations called Poondanky.
That sounds about right. You're probably in the right place.
Yeah, that's what I
He or she or
assumed.
they or them or it. You
Well,
know how they are
Jer
with them, the consonants that they're talking about. Consonants.
Jer-
You got to do them right. Don't forget your vowels.
Jerbear, are you good with letters and words?
Well, you know, I'm trying to do that rap thing, but turns out my pewter not good enough for it. But I'm pretty good.
Can you give us a rap right now?
Well, no, Jer Bear, no, Care Bear. When I'm on the Ferris wheel, the Fenton drug deal, whales, there are no whales here. How's that? I'm a little rusty. I done been rapping since my pewter not good enough for it.
You should keep going. You should keep working, and don't let anyone stop you from achieving your dreams, Jerbear. There's going to be a lot of naysayers. I can see that already. You should go to an open mic.
What do you mean? You mean there's a guy named Mike and he open like that?
There's an open
Like
microphone.
Lincoln Log, but there's no Lincoln Log in there?
It's like it's when you go to like a bar or a coffee shop and they have an open list for you to sign up and perform your rap. And you should do this. But when you do it, people will not like it. And it's up to you to stay focused. And the reason I say that they will not like it is because at this moment, I think you are very bad at rapping. I don't think, if I were, to make a prediction, I don't think there's a big career in that for you.
Well, that's not very nice of you.
Oh, it's not nice or mean. It's just
You're not allowed on the
it's-
Ferris wheel anymore. If you ever come down here again, try to wake me up, try to get some of that cigarette pie from Fenton, you're not allowed on the Ferris wheel.
Well,
That's just how it
it's Fenton's Ferris wheel.
No,
He runs it,
it's
I
a
thought.
community Ferris wheel.
Well, what you need to get better at rap. If I have to give up privileges onto the Ferris wheel in order for you to take rapping more
Man,
seriously,
Okay, you can ride the Ferris wheel, but you can do on the rickety cart, the one that might fall down. You can do that one. Well, that about it.
You are threatening my life right now. I take this as a full, genuine threat against my life.
I'm not threatening you. I said you can do Ferris wheel at your own expense.
I love the
and
Ferris
risk.
wheel. If I get on that Ferris wheel, if I get into town, which I will, I'm gonna want to ride that Ferris wheel. It's not.
You can do rickety cart.
That's like saying if you come in here and you end up drinking a bunch of water and have to take a piss, then I'll kill you. And
No, you
and-
can do it
and-
in your pants too. You're not allowed to use porta john.
I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to fight me. You're gonna have to put my penis back inside my pants.
I'll put Lincoln Log in it if you don't.
Well, Jer Bear, I'm not gonna. Maybe you will. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. And if I get
you
a
want me to?
Lincoln Log stuck in my penis, that's on me.
Well,
Yeah,
don't
but
get
I am-
stuck. That's not how that works.
Just promise me that you'll work on rapping. Because if you just start, you're not ready for a career. That's what I kind of leave with. Can I give you some homework for the next couple days?
Please, I already went down to the job office. They said I wasn't ready for a career neither. So I'm not the first time I heard that.
Okay, listen. You write some What's your favorite rap song?
My favorite song is Bow City Jangle, Two Daddy by Mr. Scrickets.
When was the last time you sang that song by yourself?
Never. You can't sing that song.
Well, then you need to figure
It's a whole
out
lot
what
of
the fuck is going on with your rap career because
It's a group
honestly-
song, Leslie. I know the rap name. It's a group song. Mr. Scrickets is not one guy.
Okay, well, can you?
And yes, you do have to sneeze after you say Mr. Scrickets.
Okay.
It's
Well,
part of the name.
okay. All right. You're lashing out at me after I just gave you my honest opinion, as I would expect from you. I hope that you can come around and grow up a little bit and realize that you need to put in the work if you expect to see any payoff from your rap skills. Because right now, you are very bad, and it's
I've already
not fun
told
to
you
listen
I
to.
was very bad, Lily.
What?
I already told you I was very bad, Leslie.
I do not remember that. You said you had a career.
No, I said I did not do that. Because my computer does not record it good on the microphone. It sounds like popcorn
Okay.
in a microwave when I
Well-
record it.
Put a song together so we can hear it. Okay? The community wants to hear it and they want to give you feedback. They want to see you succeed. We all want to see you succeed. But you need to put a song together. Even if it's just the lyrics, I want to hear a fully fleshed out verse next time we talk, okay?
Well, every time you ask for art, I don't see it on stream.
Yeah, it's because
Didn't you one
no
time
one's given me
ask for
art in a long
Carmichael
time.
send in some art?
I have not gotten any art from Carmichael.
Okay, if you did, though. He seems like
I mean,
a very responsible young boy. I think
yeah,
he
I
would
mean,
send you the art.
I have not received it. I don't
Ugh.
know if. Well, I'll
All
double
right,
check.
I'm
I'll
drinking
double check. I just
some of that swamp water.
okay. Well, you have an okay night. I'd love to hear. I want to hear this rap though. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hot
This is
shake.
disgusting. All right. Well, good luck to you. Good luck. I have no idea. To answer your question, I'm not sure what Carmichael does. If his gift is in the digital arts or the spoken word, such as Jerry Bear. Actually, did you ask a question? Axid, welcome. My goodness. Axid, welcome. It's great to see you in the chat. Tonight we're discussing who we are and what we are, what the difference is. Is there a difference? What is it? We dive deep. 312-612-0853. Three 612-0853. We're discussing. Yeah, JJ had a great portrait. Doofus has submitted some art. It's been a while, but our Ian had written an entire fan fiction, which was pretty beautiful. Is a romantic, sensual romance between me and JJ, the ex-King mod, who has stepped down from his title, and Carmichael reigns. Who are you? What are you? Where are we going? 312-612-0853. Now, if there's some lurkers and you're looking for a chance to call, this is it. This is your moment. Go ahead and give us a call. 312-612-0853. One moment. Is it? Okay. We're getting another call. What a fruitful, glorious day today is. Thank you for calling Explorations. My name is Leslie. Caller, what is something that I can call you?
Oh, hey. Let's go. My name's John.
John.
Hello?
I'm right here, John. How are you doing tonight?
Okay. I'm okay.
And tell me, John, what is your middle name?
My middle name?
Yeah.
Dude, are you trying to get into my tax return?
No, I don't care about that at all.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. The only thing I care about is what's inside of you right now. What is in your heart and what is in your mind?
Blood?
So tell me, what is in your middle name? What is your middle name, John?
I don't have one. My parents didn't put one down on the form.
Oh, interesting.
Kind of an issue when I sign up online because they're asked for like initial. I don't have it.
That is so sad. That makes me so sad to hear. Just that moving through the world can be so complicated for you for something so simple that very few would even think about.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said that it's so sad. It's so sad that you can't that your life is made so complicated by something so simple. So
I mean, I usually just put like a number there and they accept it. It's kind of stupid.
What number do you put?
Like 3. Because then they can't be like, well, that's if I put 0, they would think it was an O. But if I put 3, like they have no excuse. They're just stupid. You know?
So, because it could mean E.
Wow, that would be backwards.
That's true. Wait a second.
Yeah.
I have a question from the chat. Is this Richmond?
Who?
We have a caller named Richmond who you sound a lot like, and I just wanted to see if it was Richmond trying to play a trick on me.
No. Sorry,
Interesting.
It's the first
Okay.
time calling in. I'm a little nervous.
This is your first time?
Yeah.
Well, tell me, John, what brought you into Explorations tonight? What was on your heart and mind that you wanted to share with us tonight?
Well, honestly, I was going to make like a fart noise and hang up, but I kind of chickened out. So.
Oh, that's a funny prank. Have you done that before to other shows or just random numbers?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's this guy, M60. I do it all the time. So.
There's a guy that you do. What, say that again?
Yeah, his name's like M60. I don't know. He's like a lip piercing.
Is this your first time watching Explorations tonight, John?
Yeah.
Oh, how'd you
Just
find
kind of like
us?
trolling around on Twitch.
Well, it's so wonderful to have you. So, John, tonight we're discussing who are you and what are you. So, what are you, John?
I don't know, just some guy on Twitch. I really like to watch Amaranth. She's pretty good.
Yeah, what do you like about Amaranth?
Dude, the Zonga's so
She has
big.
massive breasts. Yep.
Yeah, her face is weird though, man. It's like a robot. But like, hey, everyone's
Her
got a day
face
job,
is
you know?
like a robot. In what way is her face like a robot?
It's like expressionless, you know?
It is. Well, she keeps her affect pretty.
Keeps it tight.
She
Yeah.
keeps it tight. She doesn't show a
I
lot
gotta
of emotion.
respect it, but I don't know, man. a little weird.
And do you are you a sub for Amaranth? A subscriber?
No, I don't. I'd never give anyone money. That's stupid.
That is stupid, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
Well, tell me, have you ever given anyone money before in your life,
Like a cashier?
or a homeless person, or something, something
Homeless
for their
people
benefits?
don't need money.
Yes, they do.
They need a house.
Well, certainly they need a house, but you need money to live inside. You need money for food.
I don't know. I mean, like, they take out their trash. That's fine.
Have you ever been homeless before?
No. I live with my parents. It's pretty cool.
Oh. How old are you, John?
Like, 26 now.
Oh, that's cool. What do you have a job, or do you just kind of live at home and chill at home?
I mean, I tried it, but it's not for me.
You tried having a job, but then you said this business is for the birds.
Yeah, whatever that means, dude.
That means that it's not good.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you not understand that phrase?
Well, it just sounds like old people phrase.
Yes, exactly.
I'm more like I think she is pretty cool. I really like Bat Chest too.
You like that a
That's like
lot,
my
I'll
favorite
bet.
remote. Yeah, it's like I like it, but I don't, and then yeah, it's kind of ambiguous. So it's never cringe, you know.
It sounds like your life isn't very fruitful, John. What do you enjoy about being alive?
Well, I mean, I can watch Twitch all day. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably one day I'll be like a super big streamer. But you know, just like
So what
Like
would you
one day,
what would you stream? What's the grand vision? If you could snap your fingers and have your life exactly as you imagine it in your mind, what would happen? What would your life be like?
I'd have $2 million and just like probably like hang out with XQC all day.
Wow, hang out with XQC. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, like the juicer, dude. He's
Like
so
what?
cool. We call him the juicer.
What kind of questions would you ask XQC if you could hang out?
I don't need to. I know everything about him, dude. I don't need to ask him any questions.
Well, you could ask him questions about. Okay, well, can you imagine what he'd tell you to do in order to get a couple $1 million and hang out with him?
I mean, I don't know. I just start streaming like 20 hours a week, 20 hours a day, like him. You know.
Well, what you have laid out as far as a plan for the rest of your life is it's breathtaking in how much you've imagined for yourself and the work that you're setting foot up a mountain right now. You speak about it so easily, but you're talking about a mountain of work, climbing Mount Everest. And after talking to you just for a couple minutes, I have no doubt in my mind that you will be able to conquer your Mount Everest, John.
Okay.
Well, this has been a really fun conversation. You're a very fun person to talk to. Thank you so much for calling up, John.
All right. Bat chest, dude.
Bless you. Namaste.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Wow. Young John. Not really that young. His life doesn't seem good. Yeah, very not lively. Not a lively call. He seemed kind of upset to be asked questions. He kind of seemed defiant. He seemed cagey, maybe a little insecure. I'd love to see him open up. I'd love to see John open up his wings and really express himself one way or another, whether that's streaming for 20 hours a day or literally anything. It sounds like he doesn't have a very fulfilling life, and I wish for him to thrive. I wish for him to grow and become. And at the very least, he could have called up the show and made a little fart sound like his plan was, but then he kind of folded. Fly, John, fly. Frankenzilla. So what's going on? How is everyone's weekend? How is everyone's weekend? I know, Jackie, did you guys move yet? I think we got a couple people in the chat moving like real soon. Couple people moving. I know. A couple people's just noses to the grindstone in the chat, which is very inspiring. And we're getting a call. Wonderful news. I'll be right back with our next caller. Well, caller, thank you for calling Explorations. My name is Leslie. What's something that I can call you?
Hey, Leslie, this is Jim.
Jim, it's great to hear from you. It's great to hear from you again. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm in and out, just trying to, stay out there. But I'm glad I could make the stream tonight. You're doing great. Wonderful discussion.
Thank you. Yeah, tonight we're discussing. Earlier this, I don't know if you saw this part of the stream, but I had to. I pushed a child in the river because they were either brilliant or cursed, and to save them from either, I drowned them, and it made me reflect. It made me reflect on the importance of the journey and what fuels that journey. And one of those things that fuel the journey are the questions: who are you and what are you?
Absolutely, Leslie. To be honest, I was happy to be able to catch up with you on this episode. However, I've been struggling with this question, so to see you bring it up, I was a little bit overwhelmed.
Can you speak on that a little bit?
Gladly. So I recently have been trying to do a little more inner work, maybe even some outer work, going back to the gym, just trying to really, find that self-worth. And I had come across a few things. I even went to a Buddhist meditation, and that was nice.
Wow.
And but it kind of, as I said, the inner and the exterior, it kind of had me, well, in a moment of crisis, if I'm being honest. So I went to this Buddhist meditation, and I had all the right attitude. I was prepared to, be open.
Right.
And as I sat and, I didn't really understand a lot of the words. Thankfully, they were very generous and just kind of allowed me to, witness them. I was cross-legged the entire time. Well, by the time that the meditation was over, my legs were completely dead. And
Mm.
essentially what had occurred is I tried to feign that I could get up on my own, and there was one generous young lady who helped me up. But the moment I stood up, I immediately fall and cracked my skull on the back of the wooden floor and started just screaming a horrible bellowing sound, and it essentially just shocked everyone, and kind of just made me have to acknowledge my own weakness and vulnerability. So in terms of what I am, it appears extremely vulnerable.
Wow. Well, I mean, I think there are a few things as there are a few things that out there that can remind us quite as potently of our own vulnerability as collapsing on the ground and hitting your head, just start screaming. I think that's a very human moment. I think that's a very human event, especially as a grown man, as I imagine you are. Correct?
Very much, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. There's nothing quite as alarming as seeing a grown man scream and cry, is there?
Well, in the moment of it, I obviously was caught up in, just fearing for my life, essentially being an infant again. And, it wasn't until later where I was trying to recollect the experience when I realized the just utter sadness in the eyes of all the people there with me. And yes, there was shock, and at first there was real concern, but after the 20 minutes, it was pretty apparent that I was going to be okay, but still had not been able to gain my own. I was senseless. I was completely out of it, and just wailing. And unfortunately, it left me alone with our leader in meditation, and they were checking their phone frequently, and eventually I was able to get up and walk down the street to a local bar.
Yes. So eventually you were able to pick yourself up, put yourself back together after nearly a half an hour of crying, past the point that no one had really had any empathy for you.
Yeah, it was pretty apparent that I was going to be okay, and yet I still was unable to. I mean, just to describe to you the way it was for me,
Please.
I just thought, like the numbness in the back of my head, and I was certain that there was going to be some sort of issue that maybe I needed to be checked. And to be fair, they did call an EMT, but essentially they determined that I was okay, and I stuck around, but I think that again, it kind of nullified the entire meditative experience. So, in terms of my goal of hoping to feel, whole and complete by seeking enlightenment, I just ended up being reminded of just, basically just a kind of a glimmer, a brief glimmer in this moment. And unfortunately, the moment is dragging. It just goes on. And I honestly, I was hesitant to call, but I guess the reason why I did is because when you just spoke to John just now, it occurred to me the way that I'm craving this oneness with the universe is kind of what I felt with John, craving his oneness with the Twitch world, and really latching on to that.
Wow, that's an interesting way to phrase John's plight. I think a lot more generous than he was able to phrase it. He sounded, he had kind of an attitude a little bit, and the more I sat with his vibe, the more I realized there's something sour that he's protecting inside of himself. So I think the way you phrase it actually pushed me to be more empathetic, and I want to thank you for that.
Well, absolutely. I feel that the way that I was left vulnerable and wailing is kind of what I saw or heard rather when I'm viewing the stream. Heard from John with his insistence on hanging out with XQ boy.
XQC, yeah.
XQC.
I don't know why you'd want to hang out
and-
with XQC. He seems fine, but I wouldn't go out of my way, and I don't really understand the impulse to do that.
It's a wailing. It's a wailing for help in a world that you are just a small, infinitesimal bit of atom in.
So I want to kind of go over this experience with you a little bit and give you some of my feedback. Is that all right?
Absolutely, Leslie. Yes, obviously that's why I enjoy following you and trying to get whatever wisdom I can. Because
Adam,
yeah, sure would like to
well,
see
first,
it,
Adam and Butternickles, thank you so much for the subs. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that more than you could possibly understand. It is a surreal experience to feel a connection with you. But Jim, let's go through this. You're committing yourself to a meditative experience, a genuine I won't say guided, because that conjures up images of a voice telling you how to meditate. But you have a sort of spiritual leader in the room.
Yeah.
I'd imagine leading the meditation. So you're being guided through this meditation. You're there alone, taking a massive risk, spelunking inside the mind and spirit and body. And it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, as you excavate, as you explore, as you poke and prod and experience the inner world, all sorts of things can happen. And the spiritual leader, it sounds like he didn't really have his shit together, if I may say so.
well, no, I must give they a lot of credit, because no, everything was absolutely great until the moment that I stood up, and it was first off very embarrassing just how much help I needed. It was a painful struggle in my face as I tried to rise, and then a nice young lady who was there also meditating, she saw that and she tried to address it herself. Everyone else ignored me, but unfortunately my legs were too weak from just the loss. You know that when they just fall asleep, it's just the tingling is all that's there, and I just collapsed straight backwards, and then it just horrified everyone. But as far as the actual leader of the meditation, they were there with me to the end. But
they were present. I don't doubt that. That's the least they could do. My problem with this spiritual leader, though, is that what happened to you, Jim, was an age regression. You came out of your meditation. So normally when we come out of our meditation, we are allowed to sort of come back into our minds and also come back into our bodies simultaneously. And after spelunking as far as what sounded like you did, this can be a kind of jarring experience that needs a sort of care around you. But rather than, having a nice warm towel waiting for you or something, you fell and cracked your head and reacted as if you were a baby. And this is what I think the spiritual leader should have pointed out. If I was there, if this was my meditation, which I am going to host soon, a meditative sort of online retreat.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait to do it. I'm also, I've got so many pots on the stove, and hopefully that can happen as soon as possible. But for now, if I was the spiritual leader, I would have talked to you like a baby. I would have cradled you like a baby, and then I would have taken you to the bar as a baby, and you could have experienced what it was like to drink at a bar as a baby, full exploring the situation. And imagine the spiritual ground that you could have covered had you experienced all those things as an infant baby.
That's amazing. Experiencing the first time drinking my first beer, like actually as an infant, appreciating the moment rather than as a sad grown man seeking solace for feeling unconnected to the world around him.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I want next time you do that, I want you to put your thumb in your mouth. I want you to I don't know if you have control over this sort of thing, but if you can just make a fart and then laugh at it the way a little baby would, or I don't know. I can send you a list of baby stuff to do, but I want you to explore.
Please,
I think there's
please.
something there for you.
I'd never even conceived of this of potential within me, and all I can say is I'm just so grateful, Leslie.
There's something.
Again.
Yeah, there's something special inside of you, Jim, and I think it's I can't wait to see where this goes. And please, if you have any other questions, feel free to DM me, ask in the Discord, and we'll get you squared away. 'Cause I want to see where this path unfolds for you.
Please, Leslie, I'm looking so forward to your email list of baby traits.
Well, bless you. Namaste to you, Jim, and thank you so much for
Namaste.
calling tonight.
Thank you. Have a good night. I'll be watching. Good night.
Namaste. Beautiful. What a beautiful soul. I see there have been a couple new followers. Thank you. Welcome to Explorations. I suppose I should give you an explanation of what it is that you have joined. So, this isn't just a normal Twitch channel. If there's ever been a mistake in someone joining this channel, it's that they get lost in the assumption that this is a normal Twitch channel, and it is anything but, as anyone in the chat can attest to. This, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. I am your host, Leslie Tanner. And within Explorations, you will find a home. Maybe not your only home, but a home nonetheless, with which to explore the universe both without and within, and interrogate the border between those two seemingly disparate worlds, to harness the true power of our minds and body. So as Doofus Dusseldorf has just triggered, you'll find the channel points some avenues, the different steps of Explorations, the program. We begin with relaxing, because we can't do anything if we don't relax. Can we? Can't do anything if we don't relax. So our first thing is to just search our body for tension and give her permission to release. It might be a whole body tension. It might just be in our forearms. Maybe we've been jacking off a lot. Or typing. Or jacking off and typing. Switching back and forth between the two hands. Jacking off, typing. Jacking off, typing. But as we relax, we'll need to necessarily bring ourselves to the step of questioning. As we relax, we'll notice certain things about the outside and inside worlds. We'll notice the color of the walls. We'll notice how long our the hair around our nipples has gotten. We'll notice how tiny our kneecaps are. They look weird, right? Why haven't you noticed how weird they looked before? But this right here is a very important step. We question the reality given to us, inherited, but also that we construct. After that, we will have our own facts and feelings to express, and that is our third step, express. And we'll have to pause right there for our next caller. I'll be right back. Caller, this is Leslie, and you called Explorations. What's something that I can call you?
You can call me Jacob.
Jacob?
Jacob.
D-Game! It's great to hear from you, D-Game. The sort of malevolent, chaotic actor in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Thank you for making time to call in tonight.
You gotta read Mary's message in the chat. It's very
I've got
important.
the question from Mary.
Yeah. That one.
Okay, Mary, give me 1 second, D-Game. Mary Lurunks asks, my daughter is almost 2, and today she got mad at me because I wouldn't allow her to go to the playground wearing a pair of my underwear as a necklace. Leslie, should I make her an actual necklace out of my underwear, or should I just be cool with the neighborhood moms seeing my undies? Interesting. So, excuse me. I am Leslie. You are Mary. Mary
You
Lou
can call me
Rose.
Leslie if you want to, but that kind of weird.
So, DQ, I kind of want to double team this question with you, if you'll allow me. I'm going to give my answer, but then I want to hear how you would respond.
Okay.
So, Mary, I see a question. You know, your child wants to wear your underwear as a necklace. First of all, I'd like to know what kind of underwear are they? Are they sort of
Oh, yeah.
the like really old, kind of baggy, stained underwear, or are they a sort of going out underwear? Are they what kind of occasion is this? Is it workout underwear? Do they kind of always have a stink on them? I ask that not out of not to cross any sort of boundaries, but I ask that because it is vital information as to why your 2-year-old may be interested in the underwear and showing others. I think that, and not to just answer a question with a question, I do think that's important. But to also address the 2 options that you reflexively gave yourself, and I want to keep it with those 2. Do I just let her wear the underwear, let the neighborhood see my underwear? Or do I make a necklace out of the underwear? My fear is that you're going to spend hours making a necklace out of this underwear, and it's going to be a failure. You're going to give it to your 2-year-old daughter. She will not understand. It will not be hitting the same impulse in her mind that motivated her to do it in the first place. And she'll just kind of be sad, and you'll have spent hours doing something really kind of weird and private. And so I think that in this case, I think it's an all or nothing situation, unless you can get some more info for us. Unless you can get some more info as to why your 2-year-old is drawn to this particular pair of underwear. Hopefully there's something in that answer that you can take home
We
with
got
you,
a new
Mary.
info drop.
So Deegeeb, I'd love to hear your feedback on this. What would you say? What would you say to Mary Lou Runks right now?
I'd say, Lily, we got a new info drop. They're pretty basic, black undies, and they're clean. And her husband says that she wears them around all the time.
Her husband says she wears them around. Huh.
I think she misses you. You know?
I would say just go for it. If they're black, there's no weird stains on them. Would she be okay with like tucking it in her shirt or something? This is so weird to actually imagine.
What if she wants to go back?
What if they start playing with it? What if they start like slingshotting it across the playground or something?
Oh, I hope. That's good fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. I don't know if that'd be fun for Mary. I don't know Mary enough in this respect to be able to answer that question for her.
Oh, that's really awkward.
Yeah. Well, I want one thing I want you to do, Mary.
I think HR is gonna write us up, Leslie. We need a cover story.
What?
We need to come up with a cover story. We're gonna get written up by HR.
Yeah, there's going to be something. Yeah, so this is what I want you to imagine, Mary. I want you to imagine the worst, most embarrassing thing that could happen from this scenario. And imagine how you're going to react to it. Because given the nature of 2-year-olds and the lack of boundaries and any sort of learned rules, like social rules in general, they're going to do probably the stupidest thing that you can imagine. So I'd like to see where that goes. Slingshot issue is a big concern. So that was just off the top of my head. I'm sure there are an infinite number of worse, more embarrassing, horrifying things that could happen and probably will, which could be fun. And maybe you have a cool neighborhood. Maybe the other moms are fun. So Digi, what? I kind of want to bring the spotlight onto you, though, Digi. What's in your heart tonight? Where are you calling us from?
Where am I calling you from? Work.
Yeah, where are you calling us from?
I'll call from work. That's always how
Okay.
I do.
Well, okay, then emotionally, spiritually, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from work, and I'm
No,
feeling working.
Okay, are you? What kind of mood are you in?
Working mood. I'm ready to work. I'm eager to work.
Eager to work, excited, focused, driven.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's great. What? So tell me tonight. We've had some
just
different
wanna
kinds of
say-
callers tonight.
I just want to say to Mary, my 2-year-old, my 2-year-old has been 2 for about 15 years now. It gets easier. It gets easier.
I'd say go for it, just out of chaos. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. If you have any guns lying around, maybe hand it to the 2-year-old. See what happens. It's like a fun.
Yeah, see what happens. And if it doesn't go correctly, just kind of give them
bury it.
my information and allow like the authorities to contact me and speak from a sort of medical authority perspective, which I legally cannot do, but I'm going to. So if you need someone, I can give a note. I can write a note and make up some letters to put at the end of my name. I don't care. Anyway, DK, talk to me right now. What?
Okay, I'm talking right now.
Have
to
you been sleeping? I know it's been so busy there in the Ukraine-Russian conflict. Just for those of you that are not familiar with Degeeb, Degeeb is on the front lines, just making the world worse.
I'm not on the front line like Ukraine, yes. Front line mentally, maybe you could say. But nobody sleeps here. That's not how that works. Maybe
Okay,
Gobi sleeps, but that's a Gobi thing. He's got other issues going on with him.
Right. So Gobi doesn't sleep.
No, he does sleep. He's probably the only one who does. But maybe Fimbleton sleeps too, because that's like his job. But I don't know about that.
Okay. Focus back up. Listen. Yeah, I need to know. One thing I need to know is how how would you answer this question? How would you answer this question tonight? We're
What
talking
question?
about some of the most fundamental questions that the human mind can conjure. Who are you and what are you?
What kind of question we're talking about here?
Who are you and what are you?
You know who I am. It's Diggy. With the beard.
I know, it's Degeeb.
And not pronounced. And if you do pronounce it, I'll be very mad at you.
What are
But
you?
what am I? I feel like this is a trick, at least.
No trick here.
You're not supposed
Why-
to
why-
ask how this works.
What is my trick? What is my trick?
You're not supposed to ask what I am. That's not how this works, Leslie. I can't just ask how big your penis is. That's not allowed. You can't ask what I am.
You can ask me my penis, and I can answer or not. But I would like to know, what are you? Are you afraid? You
Okay.
sound afraid. The way
What
you
is your
recoil
penis?
and you bring up sort of what's polite and whatnot makes me think that you're actually
Leslie,
afraid
if
of
I
what
were to
you
answer
are.
what I am, I would put everyone here in grave danger. You know that, right?
What?
You know that by now what we do here is not normal. Only a few people have ever left headquarters, and that's because, they're a little crazy. You know what I mean? And nobody ever come to headquarters who never been to headquarters at the start. Right?
What?
Don't
I
you know
don't
that?
understand what you're saying.
For work, you know what my work is.
Right. Correct.
And you know who I work with, right?
Who you work for?
Who I work with.
No, I don't know who you work with.
You don't know who I
I-
work with?
No, I know you do. Like you hurt people. That your main job is to
work with-
hurt vulnerable people.
I work with, Fimbleton Jobarian, Gobi. You know
I know
those
you
guys.
work. See, I mean,
I don't work
know you're connected to
with
them.
but we work alongside each other. That's a job.
well, let me ask you though. What are you? And you gotta lay on this because you're
Nobody
ducking and you're
knows what
diving.
we
You're
are.
giving me
We just
relationship
do.
statuses. You're giving me lore. What I want to know, I want to look under the hood.
Nobody look under the hood. We don't die. We don't sleep. What am I supposed to tell you? We
What
don't
are
have
you?
doctors here. There's no need
What
for
are
doctors.
you? What are you?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
What shape are you?
You know I'm very tall, and I can fold myself up, but you know that.
Shape. Give me a shape.
Tall.
I'm gonna ask you one more time.
Slinky, Daddy.
Diggy, one more time. What are you?
I'm like a meat slinky who's also a daddy.
Okay.
Meat slinky
Meat-
daddy.
All right.
That's what they call me.
Listen, I want you to listen. I want to hear from you again, but you're
Look.
not cooperating.
You can go watch the old Bulls games, and you can see me kiss Michael Jordan on the head. You can see it.
You're dodging it. You're dodging. I don't like having to do that, guys. I don't like explorers. I don't like having to hang up on callers. Now, the callers are the most important thing to me in the world. That's you stepping up to the plate, putting yourself, putting your voice, your desires, who you are on the line for everyone to see, for us to explore together. But when I ask you a simple question, and I am only met with evasion, what am I supposed to do? I would be remiss as your spiritual leader if I were not to cut off contact until you understood what I was saying. Please, I implore him to come back and to explore these questions with us. But I will not tolerate a blatant avoidance. Bless you, Diggy. Bless you. You bring such an energy here. 115. It's not the caller. I know what you mean, but it's not the caller. It's a sort of refusal. The refusal to look inward. A refusal to put the self at stake, to transcend the self of dirt. Allow yourself to become the dirt. Then what are you? Allow yourself to become a butterfly. Then what are you? Allow yourself to become a balloon. Then what are you? Allow yourself to become an RC Cola. Allow yourself to become that RC Cola. What does it feel like? Wonderful. I'll answer that for you. RC Cola is the best soda on earth. RC Cola is the best soda on earth. (312-612-0853). We're discussing who we are and what we are. I killed a child earlier tonight, and it ultimately was for the best. But it got me thinking about who we are and what we are. What are the value of those questions? How do you answer those questions? Do the answer to those questions change? And we have a caller. Wonderful. I'll be right back with our next caller. Thank you for calling Explorations. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you?
This is Belly.
Belly, how are you? It's great to hear from you.
I'm okay. How are you, Leslie?
I'm doing wonderfully. I feel wonderful tonight.
Oh, that's great. What are you sipping on there?
This
Yeah.
is a little bit of the water from the pond.
Pond water?
It's the pond that is fed by the river that I pushed the kid in earlier.
Oh, so I'm hoping that you took that from upstream from the body rather than downstream.
I don't know what those words mean.
All right.
So I'm gonna say upstream because this seems like a
That's
better
better.
idea.
Yeah.
That's better. Okay.
It depends. Yeah, probably. It depends on how long the child had been dead.
How did you learn the difference between upstream and downstream, Belly?
It's part of what you learn when you are becoming a naturalist and go outside and you know where to
Naturalist.
fish. And if there's a dead animal in the water, you don't want to drink from water below where the animal is if the water's going down because it's decomposing underneath it. So you just have to pray that there's not another animal like 20 yards above where you can see. and just drink that water with faith, much like you're doing. I think
With
it helps
faith.
to add ice.
With faith. I like the amount of work that that prepositional phrase did in that sentence. With faith.
With faith. Or hope. You know, like
With hope.
A feeling of how bad is my karma that I could possibly pick up some kind of toxin.
So
From
Miss Jackie welcomes you back, by the way.
Hi, Miss Jackie.
She welcomes you back. We all welcome you back. So, Belly, tell me, tonight we're talking about who we are and what we are. What's the difference between those two questions to you? What does it mean to
Yeah.
who and what? What's it? What are we talking about here?
Well, there's so many ways to define that.
Try.
Because they both sound like the same question, but it depends on how you approach it.
Exactly.
So what's the first one?
Who are you? What are you?
Okay, who am I? What am I? I am. Okay, we established this earlier. I am the lady on the phone, and you are the man on the TV.
Yes. Yes, I am.
So that is static, right?
I am static? Or those are
No,
static traits?
Yes. Other
Yes.
than that, who am I? I'm Belly.
Mm-hmm.
And then what is Belly?
What is belly?
Belly is sort of an amalgamation of traits that make people comfortable and happy.
And so you are a thing that makes people comfortable and happy.
Yes.
Interesting.
Does that make sense?
Yes. So
I'm like something you come home to, like if you hurt if you're a little kid and you scrape your knee and you run to someone.
uh-huh.
That is like Belly. Belly will be there and make it better.
Belly, I want to play
Or-
I kind of want to play a rapid response game with you right now.
Let's do it.
So Belly's function is to sort of make people feel comfortable and happy. And a child is the first thing, I think we can all relate to that impulse, but as a force of comfort and happiness, I'll bet your impulse to create those things extends past the normal layperson's impulse to create those things for other people. So I want to just kind of go through different kinds of people, and I want to hear what you would do to make them comfortable and happy. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's say there's a crying child. They've got a skinned knee. What do you do? real quick.
Let's see. I will become a balloon. That, you know, those balloons where it's been a couple days and they kind of float sort of like a foot or two off the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, so it's right at the child's level. And then all of a sudden they're like, ah! They get up, they're crying, they're just waiting to see another face, an adult face. And if they see an adult face that is shocked, they will start to cry more. And if they see an adult face that's like, oh, it's okay, they will stop crying. But in this case, Belly would just be a balloon, and then their mind would quickly go to, hey, it's a balloon, that's exactly my size. And then they will maybe chase the balloon a little, and then they will feel the little ooh in their knee, and then realize, oh, I'm chasing the balloon, and the little ooh hurts, but I can still chase this balloon, I'm okay. And in that way, they learn that they are okay. So
An angry man
very-
at the now an angry man at the grocery store with sadness in his eyes. Do that one now.
Okay, Belly will become a bottle of vodka that is like in the wrong section, kind
Sure.
of like between the ranch dressing and
Yeah.
like the whatever he's passing.
Somebody had to put it back somewhere.
Or yeah, someone made a decision, probably a better decision than this man has made, but maybe they deserve it. Maybe they need that right now.
So alcohol for the angry man with sadness in his eyes. Now I'd like to take us to a climate activist who's just trying to get laid. How do your magic on that person?
Gosh, Belly would become a table of like promotional T-shirts for that whatever the climate, area is, whatever the brand is. But the only sizes available are extra small and extra extra large. So like every time someone comes by and you're like, oh, I can give you this or a tote bag. They can. There's an explanation. Then there's a chance for them to talk to a girl or boy who comes by and be like, oh, I don't know if you want this tote bag or this T-shirt. We only have these two sizes. And then there's a lot of chances to riff there.
Interesting. That's such a rich answer. Next, what about a young woman who is being crushed by a building but likes it?
But likes it?
But likes it, is excited about it.
Is she being filmed for something?
I don't know. Yes.
Sounds like it. In that case, I would just be like a very attentive AP, like a assistant producer, make sure that she doesn't actually get crushed until, the completion of that filming, and then just really help her out of there, and then hope that, the insurance covers whatever problems may have occurred.
Okay, and lastly, a really healthy older capitalist. Happy, healthy, older capitalist.
This is a good one, because I can't imagine that.
Somebody, I'll imagine a shirtless, tan old man, white hair, and just completely content, never wearing a shirt, and has only
Like on a
answers,
boat.
no questions.
Oh, I see. Oh, boy. You know what I would be? An empty bottle of cologne. Like right before the call girl gets there. So that he just got just one tiny bit kernel less of courage, of confidence. And enjoyed it
Interesting
just
answer.
a tiny bit less.
So your answer in this case, where you're normally a paragon of very different kinds of comfort and happiness, you're in a desperation to return this man to a sort of genuine form of comfort. You're talking about hurting him, making him scared and afraid.
No, just making him a bit more human. A bit
Yeah,
more
but
like
through
human.
by stoking insecurities,
Yeah,
taking
this-
something
because,
from him.
This is probably something that he has not practiced much or had to practice much, and maybe it will be good for him to. You know what? Belly just doesn't like rich people. Here's the thing. That's not going to
So we
change.
found a limit. We found a limit.
Belly has contempt for people who are just. It's too much.
Well, that is, but let me be very clear about that to the community. That is not something that I personally share with Belly. If you are wealthy, I appreciate your presence here, and I want you to know that you're an integral. There's no contempt from me, and I appreciate here and your subscriptions and anything else that allows this community to happen.
Well,
Belly
Belly is talking about disgusting, over-the-top wealth.
Right. Well, I never said that. I just said he has only answers and no questions and just has a shirt. It has no shirt.
So something good for him. What can I give him?
I mean, some of the most virulent capitalists are the most miserable, poor shitheads on earth, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Not-
I agree.
Capitalism is a construct as anything else, but anyway, I think you're right though. I think your instincts were right. You should shake him up a little bit so that he is able to look through the artifice that he has built. I think that was a brilliant answer.
I appreciate that.
You slam dunked each one of these situations. You put on a master class for those of us looking to play a more comforting, helpful role in the lives of those around us. I'm sure everyone in the chat agrees with that. I've already, Jackie says, Belly makes me feel comfortable and happy, to be honest. Mission accomplished.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Belly feels
Yeah,
so good.
Well, Belly, and also I think you definitely had an effect on all of us tonight, in making us feel comfortable and happy. So, once again, it's kind of effortless for you, but thank you for calling in and having that effect on all of us tonight.
Thank you for having me, Leslie.
Of course, Belly. Of course. I hope to hear from you on Thursday if you have time.
Yeah, you have a wonderful night.
Okay, have a wonderful night. Namaste.
Namaste.
Wow. Always a treat. Always a treat to talk to Belly. I'm so glad she calls in. Damn. Jackie. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. Frank Azilla, you really put things into perspective. Yeah. Can we get some ducks in the chat for Jackie? Jackie loves those ducks. Rep the ducks for Chacky. I just called you Chacky. What a wonderful evening. What a blessed evening we're having. Yes, ducks in the chat, wonderful. Gorgeous. Love to see those ducks. (312-612-0853). Speak of the devil. Thank you for calling Explorations. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you?
Oh, you can call me Phantom.
Fenton, it's been It's been a couple weeks since we've heard from you, buddy.
No, I'm pretty sure I called a few days ago. Not sure about man. I don't know. Been pretty.
Nope, you didn't.
Oh, well then, man. I don't know, man. I'm in the back room for a while. You know what I mean?
You're in what?
I've been in the back room for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So tell me, Fenton, what has been going on with you? Tonight we're talking about what we are. What is a sort of question about, as an object, an objective thing. What are we in terms of, a thing, a concept, not who we are, not a fluid personal thing, but what are we? I would love to hear you reflect on this question.
You say what kind of concrete, Lily? You looking for some concrete? Is that what you?
No.
No.
No, I'm asking you, what are you?
I'm just a boy, Lily. I don't know. What are you talking about?
What's going on with you tonight? Are you upset? Are you stressed out by something?
Am I stressed?
Yeah,
No,
you
I
sound
don't think so.
you sound stressed out. You're making a lot of weird noises.
Do you think I'm making weird noises, Lily?
Yeah, and I care about you, and I'd love to know what's going on with you.
Aren't you making weird noises too?
No, I'm not. I'm simply talking like I normally do.
You sure about that one?
I'm 100% positive about that, Fenton.
Okay, I'm not allowed to say ghost babies anymore. I can't say ghost babies.
You can't say You can't say it?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to say ghost babies anymore now.
Why not? What's going to happen if you do?
Officer Kabush going to send me back in the back room.
Have you been making payments still?
So I'm making payments.
Yeah, have you been
No.
making like child support payments?
Have you?
No, why would I do that?
I asked you to. My ghost baby's
I
gonna
haven't.
starve now.
I haven't been. I know you requested that I do that, and I said yes because you had you were having a manic episode, and I was just simply just saying what was going to calm you down. But the ghost babies aren't real, and the person that
You
you're
lying to me?
paying is scamming you.
You lying to me, Lily?
About not paying your child support for children that don't exist?
Yo-ho.
I am not lying. I would not. I don't even have any money to pay child support with.
You said you're gonna pay that for me, so you lied to me, Lily.
No, I
lied to
said what
me?
I needed to say to calm you down.
Well, that's a lie, Lily. You mean
Who
it?
would I pay?
You pay the IRS. Who
That's
at,
not
Lily?
the IRS. You gave me that number. Remember, you let me listen in on that call with the IRS.
Yeah, I did. I gave
Well,
you that number. You told me you're gonna call and pay for me, Lily.
I called them, and I didn't get a sort of answering machine. I didn't get like an operator. I didn't get like an automated call. What I got was someone going, "Hello." That sounds like you with your accent. They say, "Hello." And I said, "Is this the IRS?" And they said, "Oh, fuck." And then they like shuffled a bunch of papers around. And then they came back on the call and they said, "Hi, this is the IRS. Are you calling to make a ghost baby payment?"
That's what that sound like.
Yeah, that's not real, Fenton. That's 100% a scam.
Lily, you got that all mixed up.
No, you're not a father.
What did you say?
You're not a father. You are not a father.
What do you mean?
You don't have any children. You should
I
find
got two real ones and a whole bunch of go babies.
You should find a girlfriend who wants to have children, and then you guys should find a partner to just have children with.
I already got children.
No, not ghost babies. Though. I'm talking about like real life
Yeah, I
human
got
babies.
real children.
How many real children do you have?
I said I got 2.
How often do you see them?
All the damn time, Lily.
What are their names? I
How
didn't
you
know
don't know
this.
about that? It's Jerry Bear Officer Cabesius.
Oh. I'm talking
They're
like
like
real
brothers
children.
to me.
No, I'm talking like
So they're
real
my
kids, like
baby
where you.
kids.
I'm talking about where you come inside.
Well, you got to do double condom or you're going to get the ghost baby, so I couldn't do that.
Okay. Well, maybe you shouldn't be a dad. Listen.
Why not? Why you don't think
As
I
long
should be
as-
daddy? Why should I
Get
be
it
a daddy,
together.
Lily?
What?
Why should I be a daddy, Lily? What's going on in your head?
I think you should continue to have sex in the air with your hand and with 2 condoms on so that you don't have any ghost babies. I think that's a good
That's
idea
what
for
I'm
you.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to live with me.
Right.
God forbid,
But I
Jerry Bear's
do
going to have a
think-
whole lot of back pay coming up on him, too.
I think
Some
you
of the
should.
bases.
The
They doing
next
it all
time
in the
that-
air, spraying at the sky high.
What?
They doing it all in the air, spraying at sky high. They're going to own a whole lot of money. Yeah, we might even have to set a Ferris wheel for to cover that. They're going to be a pain in the ass.
No, Jerry Bear said I couldn't ride the Ferris wheel.
Jerry Bear said that? Why did he say that?
He said that because I told him he wasn't good at rapping.
You say he wasn't good at rapping?
Yeah, well, he said he was like, he's trying to get like a rap career going, and I told him that he wasn't very good at it. He should work at it, and he got
Well, you
mad.
know
at
his
me.
computer don't work very good, so he can't do good rap.
Yeah, but I asked him just for a verse, and he like made up something, and it wasn't good. It was he didn't freestyle.
Yeah, 'cause his computer not good. That's why it wasn't no good. We go get him one with the lights on it. You know, they got the moving lights. He need one of them.
So tell me, if you could snap your fingers right now, Fenton,
Okay, I'll
and
snap him for you. I did it again.
if you could
Third
snap your
time.
fingers and make it so that that you have no ghost babies, that you
Oh,
are
my
not a
God.
father, would you
Hey,
do that?
You trick question me. Would I snap my fingers and give her all my go babies?
What?
Would they do that if you had real kids? If you was a real father and you snap your fingers and all your kids die, would you do that to you, Lily?
Would they like die quickly and painlessly?
They probably get hit by a truck, but then they like leg fall off, and then they in a hospital for like 6 months, and the gangrene just eat up their leg all the way up.
I wouldn't do
brain.
that. No,
Why
that sounds
not?
terrible.
What a difference. How my buddy know how my good baby die? I can't see him or feel him or touch him. They could die from the gangrene like that, Lily. They
Listen,
could be in
Doofus brought up a
dust
really
bucket
interesting
that come out
point.
of the butt burn.
Listen. Doofus brought up a really interesting point that, and I agree with him. I think the computer is something that you guys use to make excuses. I think that if you really wanted to become a rapper,
I think Doofus make up to his name.
what?
I think Doofus make up to his name.
I
What
don't
I'm saying?
understand what you just said. Say it again.
His name is Doofus, and he make up to it. That's not bad. That's not the smart thing. You know, the computers, everything. It's all about that technology. If we could get a computer with flashing lights on the Ferris wheel, there'll be so many women down here. I'm gonna tell you that. Can you believe that, Lily? Think of the flashing light computer. If we could do that on all of the seats in there, how many people we have down here on the Ferris wheel?
What
A whole bunch, right?
what does love mean to you?
What does that mean to me?
Yeah, what does love mean to you?
What does love mean to you? I don't know, man. What do I mean to use? I never thought about that one.
You have to think about it right now. You have 10 seconds.
Out 10 seconds? Peanut butter.
All right. Well, that was such an illuminating call. Sometimes explorers call in and they don't even know what they want to talk about. They might go the entire length of a call and they might be telling you through, so indirect means, through nonverbal communication or through a reference, a constant emotional theme. They might be gesturing to you what they want to talk about. But it is too much for them to consciously hold in the front of their mind. So they speak the way that Fenton does. They speak the way Fenton does about his ghost babies and about how his children are his friends. How he's never thought about love. And that when pressed about love, he says peanut butter. Now, in my mental health, as a mental health professional, an image starts to bring itself together. A hole inside of him, filled with a thing that we know doesn't exist, ghost babies. So much that he has to protect his penis with 2 condoms. And when asked up front, what is love, he says peanut butter. What does that mean? When could have peanut butter ever stood in for love? It's the beginnings of a trail. It's the beginnings of a trail that lead to the core of Fenton. A core that we may never get to, but hopefully we can resolve some of his suffering, some of his chaotic to and fro's. At the very least, stop paying what is clearly a scam. The Ghost Baby IRS. Good Lord, Fenton. But I love that he calls. He adds such a color to the fabric that we have here. Such a Native American. Oh, we're getting another call. How exciting! Caller, thank you for calling Explorations. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you?
What's up, Leslie? It's Hustine.
It's Hustine. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Leslie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's been a couple weeks since we've heard from you.
Yeah, we talked about rock music. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a fun conversation. I remember.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why I'm calling, because I had a whole question cocked and loaded, and then we riffed on rock music for like a half an hour, which, as we stated, I agree, was really thrilling and enjoyable. But unless you had any more rock music thoughts, I would love to pose a question I had, but I don't know. I really wanted to just run it by an actual mental health professional, because I would really be interested in your insight into it.
Absolutely. I mean, providing mental health care is the forefront of my heart and mind. So I love an opportunity to help you in this arena. So go ahead.
Okay, yeah, because it was actually, I don't know, like you said, I don't remember exactly what it was when I called. It was a few weeks ago. And I remember Mish had called in, and I was already thinking about this, and she mentioned, again, I don't remember the full context, it's been a while, but she mentioned some sort of mental health professional giving her some really crunchy kind of granola-y pseudo-spiritual advice. And I feel like a lot of therapists do that, either one-on-one or in kind of text
or whatever, and meant to be kind of like ingested by people going through something. And I just like wondered your thoughts on that, because I think it's so weird that we've accepted that almost like initial level, like first meeting, or like I said, in a book that's supposed to be consumed by like a general public, not even knowing everyone's specific needs, that we lean on this kind of like, I don't know, like Diet Coke Buddhism, pseudo spirituality, but it is still at the end of the day like spirituality. I just think that's like a very high, like I think thinking about God or the universe or, whatever, however it's framed, what do you call it? Like, projecting what you want into the universe and all that shit. I think of that as like, for lack of a better word, like higher level thought processes. And so like when someone's coming to you that's like depressed or anxious, like these kind of more base level neuroses where you're just like, yeah, I'm sad. And, like, can you make me not sad or not? And they're like, you should think about God. It feels very like weird to like, it's like someone saying like, I'm having trouble walking. And then someone's like, have you tried flying? Also, odds are flying's not real. I'm a professional at helping people walk. You know what I mean? Like, do you have any thoughts on that? Have you experienced any of that with your colleagues, or I don't know. If that's part of your practice, I don't mean to besmirch, because I'm not. It seems weird to me, but that's why I called, because maybe I'm being shitty. I don't know.
Well, as far as my practice is concerned, let me start there. As far as my practice is concerned, is I begin and end with the person in front of me. Someone comes to you with, maybe they got a problem that they know about, maybe they got a problem that they don't know about, kind of like the last caller, where he's alluding, he's giving me clues as to what is wrong with him, but he won't admit it. Maybe he can't understand, maybe it's too painful for him to know, and it's my job to provide the sort of care that he needs and follow the clues as he's laying them out. So that's my compass, is the person I'm talking to, and as far as these questions go, as this sort of crunchy, easy tidbit advice, chicken soup for the soul, kind of alluding to greater powers, higher processes, sort of accepting like a chaotic universe and your feelings within it, and blah blah blah. It might be ungratifying for you to hear that they are as dumb as they seem. A combination of both fear and sort of a lack of aptitude. Welcome to Morse. Oh, Morse Code rated again. Thank you, Morse Code. You're the best.
No,
I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Morse Code. Thanks for supporting Leslie. He is the best. No, just real quick, and I will let you keep going, but I just wanted to chime in and say that actually is gratifying, because honestly, speaking of just mental health, it drives, like I said, it was driving me crazy. Like, am I missing something, or is this as like borderline malpractice as it seems? And it seems like you're saying it kind of is.
Yes. Well, yes. I mean, that kind of takes me to the very next thing I was going to share with you is what I hear you kind of expressing is like a dissonance, a sort of internal, like, what do I do? This supposed expert on what is going on inside of me, inside of, emotionally, inside my mind, maybe cognitively. This is supposed to be an expert, but they keep giving me answers that are shit, that are bad, that are unhelpful, and I think there's a realization that that they really are as dumb as they seem, and then the next emotional step is that they don't have the authority that they purport to have, and I think once we let go of that, oh my God, that this person really is like this, I am correct in my instincts, it sort of releases you from I mean, I use the word dissonance, but I think it's a pretty good word to describe the feeling that you have when somebody who's supposed to know knows nothing and is also too afraid and dumb to know anything.
Right.
Personal, and that's, it's a scourge. It's a scourge of emotional fear. It's for a bunch of people who should know what anxious, avoidant attachment styles should look like. You'd think they would know what that looks like when they give you a worksheet or tell you to just kind of accept things as they are.
Yeah, it is funny you say that they should be able to recognize it. Do you think that they've deluded themselves into thinking that they are actually helping, or are they cognizant that it is like a grift that they are kind of perpetuating? Or do they actually, like, is it kind of like a group psychosis within like the mental health like practice that like we're helping? Or I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this conversation that we're having is only a conversation that we can have outside of the context of the people that we're talking about. So if we were to take these questions and this conversation to the, to like lay it in front of one of these people that we're referring to, you'll hear a script that will sort of confuse you and ultimately not be very gratifying to listen to, but will be some sort of answer that you might not have an immediate response to. And so just be kind of like, oh, okay. So like if you bring up like you're spiritually small-minded mental health professional, they'll have some sort of a way to corral you in, and maybe they think they're listening, but the person that is in front of them is the metric that determines whether they're listening or whether they're kind of corralling them. So I think the grift goes very deep, because their grift goes as deep as far as they are afraid of the other, and I think it's a big. It can be Herbalife all the way down. It can be the sort of like a Cutco knife situation all the way down, depending on your situation.
Right.
Because
that's interesting.
Certain people are good at getting good grades. You know what I mean? They can like kind of just figure out how to get good grades, and it doesn't.
But they have no humanity.
Right. It's like they can shove their humanity into this thing, and that kind of pre-selects people that are good at it. But then, on the other hand, if you're not, then you kind of get written off as in school. You're kind of stupid. You're degenerate. You don't cooperate. You're learning disabled. You have behavioral problems, something like that.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean that all literally makes perfect sense.
And this is my experience as a mental health professional who legally I cannot claim to be a mental health professional, but with a full legal I mean this with all legal responsibility. I can cure mental illness. I am licensed and I implore anyone in the chat to challenge me on this level.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's why I love your stream so much, Leslie, because it's like, you're an outsider's insider. You know what I mean? Like, you clearly are knowledgeable and skillful in the profession, so much so that you're, not legally a mental health care professional, but you are saying that you are. You know what I mean? You straddle that line. It's like you don't get like caught up in the swamp of it all, but you clearly have your head to the ground on these issues, and I think that's why you help people so much.
Yeah. What was the last? Have you had an experience like that with a mental health professional? Them sort of giving you some sort of kind of reading you like inspirational quotes for about an hour?
No, not me personally. I've pretty much like avoided any interaction with them on a kind of like medical level, and it's not in that way of like I don't think it's like a genuine practice, and and that I don't think it could be helpful to like me at some point or in certain situations. But it is like, I don't know. I've seen so much of it. Like, I don't know how to put it. It's like I've seen so much bad or how people have like struggled for like years to like find one that works, that I've kind of just been like, well, I feel like I'm kind of solving my own issues. So once I reach a point where I can't do that anymore, I will seek out professional help. But I just feel like at this point, and maybe I think that's what it comes down to, like maybe this like seek of these like general and kind of like really nothing answers. It's just all kind of fluff. Like, I feel like it maybe comes from like any product, right? Like you have these severely mentally ill people and you have these highly trained, intelligent doctors, and both are these small subsets. But like as more people enter the field, it's like, well, we need more patients, so we need more product. And therefore it's like, you know, like we need more generally applicable stuff to more generally applicable conditions. And you know what I mean? So then you get in this kind of situation where, you know, like I just have people telling me like, just like, yeah, my therapist told me to, you know, project out into the universe what I want. And I look at them as a non-professional and just go like, you drink soda every day and you haven't like moved your body physically since I've known you. Like maybe try that. And then maybe like, let's just leave like, you know, like let's leave mental health care for like people with like serious issues. And then therefore, you know, in the small subset of like actually accomplished and intelligent practitioners, you know? And that's what I say is like, I have like a lot of anxiety. And so like, I wouldn't be opposed to like seeking out professional help, but so far like breathing exercises and kind of just like my own exploration of like how to calm myself down when I get anxious has like really helped a lot, you know? So it's like, I haven't reached that wall. Yeah. That's why I said, I'm not one of those like boomers that like it's fake and it's not real. I just, to me, I don't feel like you said, I don't feel like at this point when I've like really like manage my symptoms and, you know, minus some like spikes, you know, where I've had like a really bad day, like I've managed my symptoms through just kind of like, you know, just again, like better practices, you know, like just being like doing things like realizing this is a thing and this is how you can try to help yourself get through these things. So I would seek out professional if I couldn't get past that point. But like I said, exactly what you said, like I don't feel like spending $50 to have someone just be like, do you feel like you're in touch with like the universe or like, or whatever, you know? I just would be like, dude, I'm past where you're at with me right now through YouTube videos. Like, how is this, how do you have a degree, like an advanced degree? This is insane. And then I feel like I would get furious.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think not only not only do I doubt that you would get furious, you should get furious. Many more people should be furious. There is within a field that has a great deal of authority and is responsible for, you know, ultimately should be responsible for, you know, lessening the suffering of so many people. I think there is a sort of woeful lack of genuine expertise, and I think it's, you know, you're not the first person that I've talked to about this, Justine. This is something that I feel like many people experience and don't ever. It's weird to buck up because it's kind of got the entire authority of like modern liberal thought behind it. Because if you challenge it, you kind of express it yourself. As soon as you start challenging this sort of thing, you end up, you know, writing yourself off as, you know, someone uneducated, someone who doesn't believe in medicine, somebody that rubs like balms on their like 4th degree burns or something.
Or like I was saying, or like a. Right. Yeah, exactly. Or like I said, like I was saying, like a brute, like someone who's just like, that's phony, you got to toughen up. I'm like, no, I don't. I think depression and anxiety and all those things are real, and I do think probably like more people suffer with them than like let on. But then like, I mean, to me, that's almost why I feel like even more infuriated for people that aren't me, because it's like, because like, you know, because at the end of the day, like, fine, like, you know, get your paper, you know what I mean? Like run your grift. But then we just have like the ecosystem populated by like so many just phonies, for lack of a better word, even if they do actually have degrees or whatever. And then you have like people you know who are actually having like mental health crisis, and then they just Google like therapists, and since again it's mostly these people, they go to someone who, like, you know, like you were saying, or I think that was like from the Mish call, where you like just get a worksheet and you're like, this sucks, like you've ruined like this profession, you know what I mean? And everything you're saying about it having this authority, and if you even question it, like I said, it's like, you know, it's like you feel like you're questioning. They treat you like you're questioning if penicillin works, and it's like, dude, it's not the same.
Exactly. Well, somebody asked in the chat, is anxiety something everyone feels, just varying in intensity? Yes, true. And there's for someone to claim to have expertise over that should, you know, genuinely mean something. And I don't know, like a doctor, if like if somebody, you know, has a broken ankle and they're like, oh, well, here's a worksheet for you, take it easy, and then come back in a week, and then they come back and like, I still have like a pretty broken ankle, and they're like, but look at what we're doing together. Like, that's not a good enough answer at the end of the day. Let me see.
Right.
Therapists that tell you to manifest or talk. Therapists that, yeah.
Manifest, that's another
you brought
big
out
word.
out of the back wall.
What's up, Mish?
But before we end our call tonight, Hussein, what if you could give some advice? Let's say, imagine some therapists are listening in right now. What kind of advice would you give them? What the fuck would you tell them to do? And we're thinking about, I want to direct this towards the kind of therapist that we have expressed some sort of familiarity with, like a type of person. What kind of what would you baby bird them some advice right now?
I guess if I had to distill it down to one thing, it would be the kind of hubris that I don't even think medical doctors have. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there is specialization in the mental health care community, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I have a lot of friends who've had issues with, like, you know, medical, like physical medical things, and they go like, you know, hey, my stomach kind of hurts, and then they do like a test. They're like, okay, this looks like it could be bad. I'm going to refer you to this, and then it's like, oh, this is actually a thing, so we need to bring in this guy. Like, it feels like, and it's like even then they feel like that's almost like the doctor having, like, letting go of hubris, being like, all right, you came here for this, but it's outside of my thing. And then another doctor's like,
right,
okay, we need to bring, and like, whereas like, yeah, like one guy or lady is just listed as like, I'm a therapist, and just anyone comes to them, and instead of being like, I just feel like I've never heard a story of someone going into, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, like going into like a therapist and then being like, dude, you are more fucked up than I kind of really know how to deal with, or like you kind of are fucked up in a way that I'm not really like comfortable in, but like, you know, like, let me show you some empathy, like, let's find you somebody, like, let's figure this out. But like you said, instead they'd rather just be like, I don't know, maybe just you know, think on it. You know, it's like they would rather, you know, so it's like, just like, I would say just like, dump your hubris. Like, you have like a God complex I don't even think like neurosurgeons have, and they're in there like touching people's fucking brains, you know? So it's like, just maybe just accept that, like, you know, a guy that did a bunch of coke and wanted to fuck his mom is like the foundation of your profession, and maybe like you do have a place in this world, but like, let's just chill out a little bit, because I feel like if we're equating to like, if we're equating like where therapy is at to like where it could be and where it's going comparative to like the actual medical field, it's like you're in the like, I don't know, you're in the like putting leeches on people's arms to cure syphilis days, which means like eventually you're going to cure cancer, but right now you're not. So I feel like you're years behind medical health as mental health, but you're acting like you're goddamn astronauts, you know? So that's what I would say.
I love that, and I pray that each therapist that's tuning in tonight hears you loud and clear. To just have some humility and realize, like, It's not going good. The social effects of how successful your field has been in treating the ills of both individuals and society is could not be more obviously like off the mark. I think things are not going good in general, and I don't think you need to look much farther past that to maybe find the source of maybe some humility that you should have. Yeah. Hussein, this is a very you asked some really good questions, and this was very fun to talk to you about it.
I appreciate it, Leslie. It was great to talk to you too. It was great. Like I said, I can kind of fly off the handle and get agitated. So I was just like, I need to consult Leslie and just, am I having just like an Andy Rooney moment and I just don't get it, or is there something wrong here? So it's great to talk to a pro and, just kind of, and I was ready to hear that I was full of shit, but it obviously feels better to know I'm not. But either way, what feels the best is knowing that I talked to someone that knows. And this was a good chat, so I appreciate your time, Leslie.
Absolutely, Hussein. Thanks for calling in, dude. Have a great night.
All right. You too, later, buddy.
Right. See ya. Yeah, there's really I think Mish brings up an interesting point that, if a mental health professional is not actually genuinely listening to you and treating the pain that you're telling them about, or meeting some sort of thing, or finding a way to lessen some of your suffering and connect to you, then they might as well be telling you about astrology. And maybe astrology works. Some people it works. Sometimes tarot really works for people. Yeah, sometimes tarot really works out for people. If they're not listening to you, they might as well be selling you Herbalife, though. That's for sure. But not here at Explorations. Because Explorations, we set the tone. This is our community guided by our whims and our curiosities and also our struggles, both in the big picture but also the smaller picture, as we bring our days, our weeks, our suffering, our happiness, our highs and lows to each other, to me, and I can help guide us each through and as we shape the exploration via the avenues and the channel points. Relax, question, express, explore. We will shed the layers. We will find that core. We will allow it to pulsate and inform us and our impulses and will, such that we can harness a true power that we have been afraid of our entire lives. A true power that rests like a dragon inside of us. And as we search outward. Where are you? Where are you? Are you in a new pair of shoes? You may need shoes, but I don't. Probably the dragon's not there. Maybe it's over here in this cool floor mat for my car. Or maybe it's in ordering some food. Or maybe it's in Namaste to you, Butternickels, for the 100 bits. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. This is chewy pond water. What's my sign? I'm an Aquarius. Totally typical, right? I'm an Aquarius, and then I'm like a Leo rising, I think. Shout out your signs. What signs are you in the chat? What signs are you? Frankenzilla, how about sociopaths? I think that they need professional help for sure. And I don't think worksheets are going to do it. I don't think normal cognitive behavioral therapy is really going to cut the mustard on a full-blown someone, carrying around sociopathy. Libra moon. Money Tits, what sign are you? I think so. I think they experience emotion. I mean, based on my understanding of the disorder, they experience emotion. They just have different, they have a different connection style, like implied connections to people around them. Pisces. What are Pisces supposed to be like? I'm a Libra. What are Libras supposed to be like? Well, when is y'all's birthdays? Pisces. Butternickles, you seem like an Aquarius. $212. I'm 216. Pisces are usually serial killers. Is that true? That's pretty fun. What happened to serial killers? What happened to serial killers? Yeah, I believe that. I believe that about both of you guys. Money Tits and Jackie. JJ, I don't know what a Libra does or is. Like they're just too busy checking their likes to get anything done. Serial killers just, they'd rather make a chaotic post than murder a bunch of young women. Well, that's a net positive. It's a win for the techno-utopians. Yeah. Chicago had one of the first mass shooters, like modern mass shooters, in the 80s. Her name was Lori Dan. Very funny story. She was very ill. She, So Lori Dan's deal was that she was, I've never read, I mean, I've read about her quite a bit, but I haven't read like a definite diagnosis. But I mean, it just seems like she was in a genuine psychosis quite a bit. I think she was like a pretty intense paranoid schizophrenic, and but she avoided any sort of she avoided the system. She avoided any sort of care, any sort of accountability for the crazy shit she did, because her dad was like a big lawyer, and so he would just like talk to the cops and she'd get off. Anyway, so she'd babysit. She cut her teeth babysitting, and she would take she'd bring a Ziploc bag full of ground meat and shove them into the cushions of the couch, and then the parents who she babysat for would be like, "What the fuck is that smell?" And then they'd find the meat and complain to her dad, and her dad would be like, don't worry about it. We're taking care of it. And then this happened several times in her neighborhood. And then as she got older, she wanted to, she wanted adult experiences. She started she started hanging out at Northwestern, and she would ride this elevator hours for days on end with a glove on, and she would use that gloved hand to hit a button on the elevator. And she was just kind of known as the person who did that for a while. And then she got to know a lot of guys in a fraternity and fucked a lot of guys in the fraternity, which is probably, I mean, looking back, this is probably the peak of her life. This is her really spreading her wings and expressing herself. Can someone hit the express button? But then things kind of went downhill. So she had a couple of episodes that were getting worse and worse. Then there was one final episode where it began with her dropping off a bunch of juice boxes in front of the front door of the fraternity that she used to hang out with. So she had alienated them. They didn't like her anymore. She grew resentful. And so she poisoned a bunch of juice boxes and left them on the front porch. So then when they answered the door, there were just a bunch of leaking juice boxes, and they didn't drink them and called the cops. Then she got in a car, went to go pick up the children that she used to babysit for. She picked the kids up from the school and said like, "Oh, hey, I'm here to pick you up." And the school, they knew her, so they just kind of like let the kids go with her. And she told the kids like, "Hey, we're going to the zoo or some shit." They got in the car. They went to another school. And she said, "Wait in the car." So she went and tried to shoot up this classroom full of children. I think she only killed the teacher, and she was like spraying random, and she only killed the teacher. And because she just like fucked up again. Strike two. First was juice box. The second was shooting these children. She did not do it well. Did not succeed. I think she might have gotten one of them. I think she might have tagged and killed one kid and the teacher out of 30 people. Then I think they went to another school with the kids in the back of the car. Same situation. We got the gun jammed. She bailed. So then she went and took the kids back to that house and started with a gun, screamed at the kids and the mom to get in the basement. And then she put gasoline all over the stairs and lit the stairs on fire and closed the door. But the kids and the mom escaped through a window. So strike three. So eventually she pulled up to another house that she used to babysit for. locked herself in the bathroom, hostage situation for hours, and she eventually KYS'd, and hoping that it would cure the voices, but it didn't. So that's a little bit of Chicago history in case anybody's interested in that sort of thing. She fucked up. Really colorful life. Yeah, real handful. Well, it's about that time, guys. 11:10. This has been fun, very fun explorations. To each of you, I hope that you get some sleep tonight. Drink some water before you go to bed. And tomorrow, rather than having a good day, I want you to don't doubt that first feeling when you open your eyes that this is going to be bad. Protect that feeling. Carry that feeling. It is true. You're going to have a bad day. And let me know about it on Thursday. I want to know how shitty tomorrow gets for each of you. But until then, namaste to each of you. Good night to each of you. Bless you. Well, I guess that in a way because she died. Butternickels. But namaste to each of you. Explore the universe in a negative way tomorrow and tell me about it on Thursday. Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time, where we can congregate again for new explorations. But until then, please, cherish how bad tomorrow is going to be and give yourself a break. Not every day has to be good. Namaste, Frankenzilla, Waxy, Jackie, Tanner, 712, Butternickels. Good night.